Yo, yo, what up? It's your girl Joy, the Hip Hop Power Font, and this will be your Mercury and Aquarius tarot reading. Well, welcome back, children. Welcome back. So, Mercury and Aquarius. Well, real quick, just real quick. We got a newsletter. Okay, the newsletter is out. Make sure you go to the website, link in the description box to sign up so you can receive our monthly newsletter. Also, we have some price changes on the website, and you now can order a pre-recorded reading. Okay, you don't have to necessarily schedule an appointment, but you can book a pre-recorded reading. Of course, it will be specifically recorded just for you, and you will get those readings within 3 business days after your order is placed. Okay, and you just indicate in your order if you want a virtual live session with me or if you want a pre-recorded reading. There is no price difference whether you want a live reading session with me or pre-recorded. They're both the same, okay? So it's totally fine. What else? That's it. So let's get started. So Mercury in Aquarius. Mercury rules transportation, communication. What else? A few other things. Well, it'll come out in the reading, I'm totally sure. But Mercury went into Aquarius this morning that I'm recording this. It is Sunday, January 2nd. Happy New Year. Almost forgot. And so Mercury went into Aquarius at 2:10 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. And Mercury will soon be retrograde. We are currently in the shadow period, okay? Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius on Friday, January 14th at what? 6:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just checking the calendar just to make sure. So make sure you get to where you gotta go. Make sure you are double checked and pre-checked. TSA check. Gotta check, deposit your check, do everything you gotta do, okay? Before the retrograde period sets in. It'll be retrograde until when? February 3rd. So right before Valentine's Day. Whew. Take it how you want it. So, but yeah. Gonna use the Sugar Skull Tarot today, okay? Yesterday I watched, because I've been on vacation for 2 weeks. So I'm just been watching like everything that I can. And so I watched The Hateful Eight. And that was a Western setting, okay? They were headed out to Red Rock. And yeah, and no one ever made it to Red Rock, know that. So, yeah, so we're going to see what the Sugar Skull is talking about. And I'll see you there. All right, we got Frankie here. He chilling right under my chair. And as I am recording this, the new moon in Capricorn, okay, is in full effect. All right, full effect. So I guess Mercury really went to Aquarius because I went to the store this morning, grocery store, just to buy a couple of things and a couple of slices of cheesecake and ice cream and all that good stuff. Don't mind me. And anywhere where you are exchanging goods and services, okay, that is a Mercurial thing to do. Mercury rules grocery stores, schools, learning, ideas, siblings. And so with Mercury in Aquarius is all about communication and higher thought. So let's see where we go. And I am going to touch on the Mercury retrograde, okay, for this particular reading, I decided I am gonna encompass that in this reading. 8 of Cups makes sense. Mercury also rules Gemini and Virgo, color gray. Empress in the world. Okay. Talk about a higher thought here. Higher Learning, the movie just came to my mind. I gotta find somewhere to watch that. Okay, of course, 8 of Cups is all about going on a journey. Going on a journey through the darkness, even though in this card you see here the moon is a sugar skull, and sugar skull represents truth in this deck. And so even in the darkness, the moon is the light, okay? So as long as you follow the truth and light within you, traveling and exploring how you learn and how you understand and how you communicate is going to be the theme here. Okay. That's it. We're going to be exploring and learning and understanding how we communicate to others, how we perceive communication from others. Because there's a lot of ways to communicate now. You have text message, you have audio messages, you have FaceTime, you have normally just calling someone on the phone. You can send them a DM or personal message, inbox. You can physically write them a letter. But what is your preferred method of communication? Depending on what it is, maybe you might want to call someone. If it's something of importance and it's a lot of texting that might happen, you might want to send that person, Frankie, you might want to call that person. The holiday season in Western culture has come to a conclusion, so most of the time people send holiday greeting cards. And most of us will be going back to work tomorrow, not me. And so there are going to be some emails, okay, that you might have gotten while you were out. So please remember, is this a meeting or is this an email? I'm just saying, some of y'all out there are supervisors, okay? Is this an email or is this a real meeting? Could this meeting have been an email? This is very important. Okay. Here we have the Empress in the world. 3 and 21. 21 is what? Okay. We just finished what? 2020 what? Okay. Empress. When the Empress speaks, she speaks a beautiful language. The way she talks and how she communicates is always with a nice finesse, okay? She not lying. Empress, she don't lie. Empress ain't lying. But she not necessarily exaggerate the truth, but you might not be able to fathom the words that are coming out of her mouth. Like what she says might be so unbelievable that you doubt yourself. The words from the Empress are always loving and nurturing, but because you have never received that type of communication, it might be hard for you to understand or hard to receive and take in. That's what that is. Because this woman here, she is a dancer in a saloon, okay? She might even look like, what is it called? How come I can't? A madam, okay? But she is still someone that you respect highly. And so when she speaks, you should listen and take her word for it. The world here, you've got Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and what? Aquarius. Let me just make sure. Oh, I can't. It doesn't say. I always do that. You are done communicating in a, let me see, hold up. Give me some clarity on this world card here. Sheesh. Temperance and Eight of Pentacles. Another 8. Instead of communicating, you would try to focus on work and give excuses as to use work as an excuse not to communicate, because whatever profession you're in, you're kind of like an independent worker. You work a lot on your own. I mean, even if you work in a cubicle space, you're at a desk, you're at a computer, but you're by yourself. A lot of us are still working from home. And so you're alone for the most part. Even if your family is there, you're working by yourself. But Temperance is here to bring balance, and you will be done with it. That's a wrap. It's a wrap. 8s are all about adding positive and removing the negative. You build or destroy where you come from. Because focusing on work, it's good to focus on work, but your relationships are being sacrificed. If you're working by yourself, that means you are not using your verbal acuity on a regular basis, unless you are like at a call center. But then at the same time, there's like a script for a lot of those jobs. And so even though you might deviate and cultivate your own script, you still have to stay within the parameters of what is written and given to you by your employer. So you're not really speaking for yourself and saying what you think or believe or feel. Because you might be selling something that you might not even believe in or have in your home. Just because you work for Amazon doesn't mean you can't order stuff through UPS. People at Microsoft might not have Office. They might have some other word processing software. But Temperance is coming down. She like, nah, y'all, you done with that. Because homeboy don't even look happy. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Homeboy don't even look happy. He just looked like he working just to drown away his problems and using work to forget about his problems. But guess what? When you leave work, those problems are right there for you to pick up. And I know at work when I first started working as a teenager, they would say, leave your personal problems at the door when you walk in. And guess what? When you leave back out, they're going to be right there waiting for you to pick it up. Pick those problems up. So ignoring the problem has not worked out. And so okay. Everything wants to come out. At first I wasn't going to take it because I'm like, oh, it's just the way I'm shuffling, because these cards are huge. They are huge. I'm just pull all the cards since they want to come out. And I'll save this one since it flipped out the middle and landed on the top. We'll see what it do. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. I will leave that there. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Gemini, Virgo. Air and earth. Now this Four of Pentacles, this guy is seemingly hoarding the pentacles, which are these sugar skulls. So he's withholding some type of truth. What is on your chest that you are not communicating? What are you holding on to? What's happening here? What are you holding on to? Nine of Wands. Very standoffish. Your vulnerability. You don't want us to be vulnerable because what? And I say that because one, okay, dude is hoarding the pentacles, the truth, okay? He is holding on to it extremely tightly, like he really doesn't want to let go. As if he does let go, he is going to get robbed, bamboozled, swindled. And so he's worried that if he lets go, that someone will come and take advantage of him. And so in this Nine of Wands in reverse, I'm going to look at it upright. Okay. Dude is at the stagecoach. Okay, standing his ground. He got a gun. He got guns pointed at him. Okay, they want those nine wands in the stagecoach. They want it all. Vulnerability in the reverse. Okay. Even though he does have a gun, there's 2 against 1. So even if he pulls the trigger and shoots one, he's going to get shot. And if you all have seen The Hateful Eight, it's a lot. There's some standoffs happening. It's definitely a standoff. So you don't want to be vulnerable. So you don't want to communicate your feelings because you are afraid that it won't go well. Let's see. Five of Cups. You still mourning a previous relationship or a time where you did communicate and you did share your emotions and your feelings and you were taken advantage of and those cups spilled. She is still mourning those 3 cups. And look at all that truth. All her feelings have spilled out. But her back is to the 2 cups, okay? So even though this happened to you in the past, there is still 2 cups in your future. I know it's hard. And yes, there is even a bolt of lightning, okay? It's a little tower, but 5s are about change. So communicating how you feel is vital. Okay, this is going to be vital in healing from a past situation, from that past situation. You moved on, Knight of Pentacles, but you moved very, very slowly. It has taken you a very, very long time to heal from that past situation. Sometimes you didn't even want to move on. You just wanted to stay stuck where you were. And the feeling angry and the feeling sad, somber, and depressed. Because the knight is trying to lead this horse, but the horse is resisting slightly. Okay? And he is still the fool. Take this off, and that's the fool right there. Right? He got his truth on his stick. That's all he got left. That and the horse. That is all he has left. Is the little bit of truth that was salvaged from the previous situation. And then we got the King of Wands here in reverse. Don't shoot off at the mouth. That's what I'm getting here. Because he's got a gun and a wand. He looking like he's ready for some trouble. You don't have to cuss anybody out. I didn't say you couldn't cuss, but be the empress when you communicate. Be nurturing, divine, honest. Be real. You don't have to nag or be disrespectful. That's not the word I was looking for, but that goes along with it. You don't have to disregard anyone else's feelings when they respond to you, because when you communicate, communication also includes listening. It's not just about what you say, it's what you're hearing. And I told you that at the beginning. This is all about learning how to communicate in a healthy way and how to listen in a healthy way. How do you perceive communication and information as it is coming in? How do you digest that? How does that process in your mind? You don't have to degrade anyone. You don't have to be disparaging. It is only that you have to be honest. They might not like what you say, but that doesn't mean that you just say anything. And once you do this, we get 3 of Cups. Celebrate. Celebrate. And how many women have we seen here? We've got the Empress, the Madam. Okay. We've got the woman here. I'll call her Annie Oakley. with the Five of Cups. And I will say the Temperance Angel. These figures will toast to you. You will feel so much better. This will get so much off of your chest. You will feel 10 times lighter once you do this. You'll be so happy. You'll feel so free once you do this. Oh my gosh. You'll feel so free. It will set you free. The truth will set you free. That's what I'm going to have to call this reading. Now let's get into a little bit of this retrograde energy. I'm not going to do a whole lot. I'm just going to pull a couple of cards. Because how many weeks is the retrograde? Let me see. If it starts on the 14th and ends on the 3rd, excuse me, that would be 1, 2, 3 weeks. I'm going to pull 3 cards. 3 cards for the retrograde energy. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's do this first. Queen of Cups. Everybody in the reverse. Sheesh. Queen of Cups, High Priestess, and the Lovers. Lovers represents Gemini in the major arcana. And Virgo is represented by the Hermit, which we got Mini Hermit in the 8 of Cups at the beginning of this reading. Whew. So retrograde, we're going to be going slowly. Okay. And Queen of Cups, I feel like she is this 5 of Cups. Looks almost like the same person. But this woman is a gypsy. Presenting a cup to you. Will you be ready to receive it? There's also a ladder here. Higher thinking. She has a pestle and mortar. Trying to think of an herb. I'm just going to say one. I'm just going to say dillweed. But during the retrograde period, you will be offered an opportunity to communicate how you feel. Okay? You can either be this banker here with the 4 of Pentacles that we saw that was holding on to the truth and not being honest. If you do not take this opportunity that she is giving you, that is what's going to happen. You are going to have those emotions bottled up until you turn into the King of Wands that I told you not to be. And it's going to be, if you lost 3 cups the first time, if you do not let go and take the opportunity that the Queen of Cups is giving you, you're going to lose these 2 cups as well. You hear me? But once you take this opportunity, the High Priestess, some information will be revealed to you, something that you didn't know before. Maybe finding out why you use work as an excuse, or why you stay to yourself all the time, or why you don't communicate the way you should, or where that communication comes from. Is it a learned behavior? Is it something that you picked up from another person? It is something that you, is it like a family thing, generational cycle that needs to be broken? Because this High Priestess here, in the water is her reflection, which is the sugar skull, which is The what? The truth. Reflect upon the truth. Reflect upon the truth. Look at your family history or your immediate family and think about who is a good communicator versus who is not a great communicator, who is well-traveled, who is not well-traveled, who is the loner in the family. And the lovers. I just already spoke about reflection. Is it a relationship that has caused you to communicate in a certain way? Are you mirroring each other? Because these two people have on a mask. A sugar skull mask. Even though the sugar skulls represent truth in this deck, if they take the mask off, there will be no truth. They will be totally nude, totally, completely vulnerable. Because with the mask on, you're not totally nude because you have on a mask. But once the mask is removed, this is the sun. You will find true happiness. You will rise up, remove the mask, and you will have true happiness. And that is where that Three of Cups will come in. But you have to be honest. You cannot stop here at this Four of Pentacles. Okay? Because if you stop here at this Four of Pentacles, you're going to get shot. And these three men, these three figures, they're going to take those 9 wands. Okay? You want these 3 figures, not these 3 figures. You can get shot. And you can lose the 2 cups that are being offered to you. So take this time to learn something about yourself and how you communicate. How you communicate with others. How do you communicate with yourself? What are you telling yourself internally that may not be healthy? Are you negative in your internal thoughts? Do you have anxiety that pushes your behavior and what you say? What drives you when you communicate? Are you motivated internally? Or are you pushed to say certain things by certain people? Are you triggered when you say certain things? There's a lot of guns here. Don't get trigger happy. If someone says something that triggers you, are you going to say something purposely to trigger them? Because that's not healthy. Do you cuss a lot? Too much? I mean, it's up to you. Do you feel like you need to expand your vocabulary? Sometimes communication is hard because we don't have the words to express what we're thinking or how we're feeling. So that's why it is good to read, okay? Read words, learn new words, pick up new words, and add them into your vocabulary. Especially when it comes to matters of the heart and your desire, because there's a lot of cups. We've got 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups, Queen of Cups, 8 of Cups, Temperance with her 2 cups. Not once did we see a sword. We only got Pentacles, Cups, and Wands. No swords, no air. Are you thinking about what you're saying? Do you think about what you say before you say it or no? If not, you need to practice. Have some form of internal dialogue. I know for me, sometimes I'll practice a scenario in my head, but it never happens that way. But at least I'm prepared and I have the language should the conversation come up. Yeah. Think about what you say before you say it, and the truth shall set. Think about what you say before you say it, and the truth shall set you free. I still couldn't say it. Let me try it one more time. One more time. Think about what you say before you say it, and the truth shall set you free. Peace.